From KWTV, Oklahoma City, this is News 9 at 10.
Good evening. A family claims that Oklahoma law protects people who commit sex crimes against kids.
And that a 12-year-old relative is a victim of that law. Tonight, the girl and her family are speaking out to our Colleen Chin.
Amanda Kelly, this little girl's story is graphic, but she is adamant about telling it. She believes it's the only way to make a difference. We've protected her identity. She says the law is not protecting her. And the victim's relative wants the statute reworded, but the part in question is actually part of an amendment added to the statute in recent years. Kelly?
All right, Colleen, no comment from the Cleveland County DA, only that they cannot confirm nor discuss cases involving juveniles.
New developments tonight in a gun smuggling scheme allegedly involving an Oklahoma Bureau of Narcotics agent. Former drug agent Frank Reyes is charged with helping to smuggle firearms to drug cartels in Mexico. Tonight, the long arm of the law comes down on two more men believed to be his accomplices. Rusty Surratt joins us with the latest. Rusty.
Amanda, court documents show Reyes was heading up that smuggling operation here in Oklahoma, and authorities say he would find other people to help buy the guns. Jorge Alexis Blanco from Stillwater was allegedly one of them. Now, Reyes and Blanco were apparently business partners who planned to open up a hookah lounge together in Stillwater. Investigators say this is where several people were recruited to help Reyes buy guns, including Blanco, who purchased the guns on 4 different occasions, once even getting his girlfriend involved. Now, Reyes would then allegedly pay Blanco for the guns, but the buck did not stop with him. Authorities say Reyes would then give the firearms to this man, Gregorio Morales Martinez, an illegal alien living in the Dallas area. Morales Martinez would then remove the serial numbers, making them harder to trace, and arrange for the guns to then be smuggled across the border to Mexico. Now today, a grand jury returned an indictment charging both men with conspiracy to illegally purchase 43 firearms in all. As for Reyes, he was back in court last month and waived his right to a preliminary hearing. Amanda?
All right, Rusty. And the ATF says they are dedicating more resources to combat gun running in Oklahoma and also across the nation.
New tonight, a Wisconsin DA accused of sending harassing text messages to a law student here in the city is now being forced to resign. The governor of Wisconsin says he has verified a complaint against Calumet County DA Ken Kratz, so he's removing him. Maria Ruskowitz is from Wisconsin, originally asked Kratz to help get a drug conviction off her record so she could complete law school. She says he agreed, but then started sending her sexually suggestive texts.
He had his hand in my future. He had his hand in the success of my going to law school and the success of being able to apply as a non-felon in the future. He had authority over me, and that could have been revoked by not sexually pleasing him, and it scared me.
When she finally reported it, they said it was too late because she had moved from Wisconsin.
Police are searching for a man who went on a crime spree Monday afternoon. The silver lining in this case, police know exactly what he looks like thanks to a quick thinking victim who caught him on camera. Pulled out a cell phone, started taping the suspect. This man ended up robbing 2 car salesmen, a woman in a Target parking lot, and another woman at a gas station, all in Oklahoma City. If you have seen this person, police want to hear from you, 235-7300. And the man suspected of opening fire inside an Oklahoma mall faced a judge today. 19-year-old Dondre Fowler is accused of killing 1 and injuring 5 others inside the Arrowhead Mall in Muskogee in April. Today, the judge decided he will go to trial for first-degree murder.
The judge decided that there was enough evidence to bind our client over for first-degree murder and 5 counts of assault and battery with a dangerous weapon.
So Fowler will be in court again in November.
Chickasha is still trying to come to grips with the death of high school football player Cody Turner. The 16-year-old died last week after collapsing during football practice. Now one Chickasha business is trying to help and raise money for Cody's family. Liberty Drug is selling this T-shirt with Cody's name and number on the back.
I think it's wonderful. I think any way that we can do something in honor of this boy. This has been the saddest thing I believe that's ever happened in the city of Chickasha.
The shirts are $15, and we're told there are already 3 dozen orders.
Listen to this, a bold new prediction in campaign 2010 from one of the nation's most respected newspapers. The New York Times and an organization called 538 say Republican Mary Fallin has a 95.9% chance of becoming our next governor. It goes on as far as to say she will win with 55.3% of the votes. As for Democrat Jerry Askin's chance of winning, she's at just 4.1%. You can take a look at the study yourself. Go to news9.com/politics. But those numbers still are not keeping Askins from trying to win over voters on the Midway. She spent the day at the state fair. Askins says she goes every year to meet and hear from voters, but this year is even more important as we approach the November general election.
Usually I hear more of, we need to do this or can you do that. Today it was a lot of support and a lot of people telling me to hang in there, that they appreciate the job I'm doing.
Earlier this week, our Jennifer Pierce followed Mary Fallon on an old-fashioned day of campaigning on a whistle-stop train tour. That is also on news9.com/politics. Well, you've heard the saying here in Oklahoma, of course, football is king. And sports stars like Steve Largent and J.C. Watts often cross over into politics when their time on the field is over.
So tonight we're asking, just how much influence does football have on who gets elected? And we started with Sooner great and frequent political supporter Barry Switzer. And shifting now to a commercial controversy on the campaign trail. OU and OSU want their logos taken out of the latest TV ad for State Question 744. Probably heard about it. If it's passed, 744 would require the state to fund education at the regional average. Officials at the universities say because both are state schools, they can't take a side in politics. But presidents of both universities are expressing concern that State Question 744 could mean large tuition hikes. The group behind the ad argues it doesn't need permission to use the school's logos. By the way, if you want to study up on all 11 state questions on the November 2nd ballot, just go to news9.com/voting101. Coming up in just a few minutes on News 9, I will give you my 2 cents on State Question 744.
Next on News 9.
The infestation that shocked the nation hits Oklahoma, where bed bugs are on the attack, and the high-priced gizmo that fights back. Next on the night side.
Big storm system to our west. We'll check that out and the weekend weather. Of course, jump back.
The Houston Astros top farm team slides safely into Oklahoma City, and Oklahoma wraps up their game plan with the Cincinnati Bearcats. That's coming up later in sports.